Hello everyone. Today we're debugging one of the oldest operation systems of humanity, religion. To understand its place today, we first have to parse what it actually is. The word religion likely comes from the Latin religare, meaning to bind or to connect. Historically, it has been the force binding communities together and reconnecting the human to divine. If you look at the history, we see an evolution of complexity. We started with animism, the spirit in the nature, much like distinct object in code. Then came polytheism, systems like ancient Greece, which functioned like microservices, different gods for different functions. Finally, the actual age brought us monotheism and ethical non-theism, like Buddhism, centering on unified source of truth. This brings us to our major philosophical inquiry. Is religion discovery of external truth, or is it just social construct we built to survive? To answer this, we have to look at it as a function. Emile Durkheim, the father of sociology, argues in his 1912 work, Elementary Forms of Religious Life, that religion is essentially society worshipping itself. He claimed that rituals create collective effervescence, a shared energy that creates social cohesion. Without this binding code, early societies might have crashed due to lack of cooperation. So, what do you think about it, Ayanat?
That's a functionalist view, Shantimar, but we have to debug the code further. If Durkheim says religion is a feature for cohesion, others argue it's a bug in our logic. Consider Karl Marx. In his critique of Hegel's philosophy of right, he famously called religion the opium of the people. He didn't just mean it was a drug, he meant it was a painkiller for the suffering caused by economic oppression. So, in this view, religion plays a sedative role. It promises a patch update in the afterlife so you don't complain about the bugs in the current version of reality. However, we can't ignore the psychological utility. William James, the American pragmatist, argues in The Varieties of Religious Experience that the truth of religion is found in its results. If believing in a higher power helps you overcome addiction or trauma, then that belief is true in a pragmatic sense. And connection with IT. So think about the open source community today. It functions strangely like a religious structure. So you have dogma, which is open is better than closed. Prophets, figures like Linus Torvalds or Richard Stallman. Schisms, the holy war between Vim and Emacs users. And rituals, the pull request and code review. We see that even in a purely logical field like IT, humans instinctively organize themselves into faith-based tribes.
So I want to take that IT connection deeper. We're not just mimicking religion in tech, we're building a new technology. And we are currently seeing the rise of dataism. As a historian, you will know Harari suggesting Homo Deus. The new religion views the universe as a flow of data, and the supreme value is information processing. In this framework, the sinner is someone who blocks the flow of data, and the saint is a hacker who liberates it. Philosophical question 2, this leads to our second question: can technology replace the existential role of God? We are already seeing the simulation theory gaining traction, the idea that our reality is just code running on a higher dimensional computer. This is effectively creationism for atheists. It possesses a creator and a grand design, but strips away the moral requirements. Furthermore, look at artificial general intelligence. We're trying to build an entity that is omniscient, trained on all human knowledge, omnipresent, accessible via the cloud anywhere, and the last one, omnipotent, capable of solving problems we can't. We are essentially writing the code for our own God.
That's a terrifying thought, Adel. It reminds me of Friedrich Nietzsche. In the Gay Science 1882, he declares that God is dead. But he wasn't celebrating, he he was warning us. He feared that without Christian moral framework, we would fall into nihilism.
Exactly, and my concern is that we are filling that void with technology, but technology has no moral compass. It has efficiency, but not ethics. If we treat AI as a god, we are worshipping a tool that reflects our own biases back at us.
So the conclusion, religion, whether it's worshipping a deity, a social structure, or a supercomputer, seems to be an unrolling driver in the human kernel. We crave meaning and a connection.
Agreed, whether we look at the rituals of the ancient past or the protocols of the future, the role of the religion remains the same. It is our attempt to find order in the chaos. The interface changes, but the user requirement, the search for the meaning, remains constant. Thank you for watching.